it's going to work out. So make sure the audio is good, and then we should be good. We should be good right now. Looks like I fixed the audio issue, so I can see there's a little bit of a confirmation that there's sound coming through on the microphone and everything. Yeah, we're gonna get started here shortly. I'm just waiting for notifications to kind of go out. As usual, in the meantime, let's see. Getting things set up. In the meantime, post in how you're doing. We'll love to know how you're doing this morning, and what your guys' thoughts are. Anyways, yeah, so as usual, pretty cool shirt. I'm just saying, anyone wants to cop one, QR code's right there. You guys can order yourself a t-shirt, hoodie, or long sleeve, whatever your preference style is. And if you'd like to get Helium Mobile for 1 month free to try them out, you can use my promo code, and that will get you that first month for free. Scan QR code, link in the description also to download the app, sign up, and use the promo code that's also shown in the description to apply to your sign up, which gets you your first month for free, as well as social platforms that I'm active on is in the description. All that good stuff is there. So we're gonna get started here in a second. Feel free to come in and say hello. How you doing this morning? We got lots to talk about. This is so weird, and the whole Team Pixel thing really just kind of showed really just kind of showed what how people are. I mean, I did a live stream yesterday. I talked about it yesterday, and I talked about my experience, right? My feelings from several years ago and to what it's become today, and I spent the better part of yesterday just kind of checking out everybody's video that posted a video in response to the whole Team Pixel thing. And we had a lot of opinions, a lot of arrogance, a lot of hypocrisy. You know what? And I don't care if people get offended and get mad at me for what I'm going to say today. But you know what? It's going to be said, because I was really shocked in just how people's behavior was over the whole Team Pixel debacle. Okay? But first things first, what I want to kind of get into before I bring the chat on screen for, viewers to see is this post that was shared on Threads. I'm pretty active on Threads and will be mostly active on Threads. If you guys want to follow me, the link is in the description to follow me on Instagram. Also follows me on, follow me on Threads too as well. They're connected. Instagram and Threads are connected in a way, but kind of run separately. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, if you don't know what Threads is a microblogging thing, pretty much identical to X, formerly known as Twitter. So anyways, here we go. Let me just get this on the screen for everybody, and I will make that larger. And what the context is of what I want you guys to pay attention to is this that's shared by Chris Welch. It says here, at #TeamPixel is a distinct program separate from our press and creator review programs. The goal of Team Pixel is to get Pixel devices into the hands of content creators, not press and tech reviewers. We missed the mark with this new language that appeared in the #Team Pixel forum yesterday, and it has been removed. So, there's a lot of content creators coming out that's talking about, Google backpedaling. A lot of other content creators coming out saying that, because of all the posts, live streams, and videos being shared, what up, BTech, that Google stepped in and kind of like squashed this, and is kind of going back to its old ways, but also at the same time kind of letting everybody know that Team Pixel has pivoted and has become something different than what it was when it first started. So the reality of things is you know, social media could be used as a tool today, right? If something is not liked and you post it on social media, I mean, it's not always going to get resolved the way that you like it, but it's going to get the attention of the proper people that should be involved to try to come to some sort of, middle ground area, or at least an explanation as to what's going on, right? So for all those that are part of Team Pixel, I don't know what this means for you guys, if they're going to resend you guys out the Google Docs questionnaire that you have to fill out, including your updated address, to get a Google Pixel device sent to you, so then that way you have it for reviews and stuff like that. They may be doing that because obviously they got rid of that brand love segment in that questionnaire. But the cat's out of the bag, okay? The cat's out of the bag. For those people that wanted to know, like, how do I get on Team Pixel? How do I get on Team Pixel? And you were hounding Google for it. You just learned as of, yesterday, the day before yesterday, that it's not Google that you have to hound to get your foot in the door with Team Pixel, if that's what you really want to do. But you have to be discovered by the marketing campaign 1,000 Heads, which I also learned yesterday that Mark Wim worked for them before exiting and leaving and taking a job elsewhere. Shout out to Mark Wim, who in my humble opinion, I think he ran being the liaison between the Team Pixel members and the PR campaign company. Like, he ran it really good. He was very active, very communicative, and everything like that. So shout out to Mark Wim. Really, really good person. A lot of people that talk about him, they talk about good relations with him, right? So a couple of things that we did kind of get wind of, if you guys are following the tech news and all the tech drama and everything like that. One of the things that we did get hold of on that is apparently, like, there was a mention that internal communications was pretty much bad. Okay, so a little bit separate from the whole Team Pixel brand love debacle. If people are referring to Mr. Who's the Boss, because I know I opened yesterday's podcast talking about Mr. Who's the Boss having the issue with Team Pixel and not being flown out and all this other stuff. And I got some feedback responses, and shout out to those that left a comment and a response. Glad you guys did. But I wanted to make clear that yesterday's live stream wasn't a focus on Aaron and why he didn't get flown out to Made by Google event and all that other stuff, right? Like, you believe you were removed from the Team Pixel? Yeah, man. No, I didn't agree with. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm getting into all that politics. If you just want to like hang out with us, you'll get a lot of what's going on. Plus, too, I'm going to share a lot of what I think of how some people behave. But anyways, so Aaron did post on X yesterday, and he talked about that. He was told that there was a lot of communication errors and issues because, Google did massive layoffs during the time of the pandemic. And so, they had people temporarily step in the role of communications, and, he didn't get, he didn't get sent an invite to go to Made by Google, right? And the event is passed, time is done, right? So you can't go back in time and go, okay, I'm going to attend Made by Google now. You can't do that, right? So I mean, a lot of damage control happened yesterday when it came to Google, when it came to the PR company 1,000 Heads, who runs Team Pixel. So you had a lot of people that came forward and said that they were not signing that little brand love clause at the end of the Team Pixel questionnaire that they were sent via email. A lot of people's integrity was questioned. A lot of people had kind of like interpreted it a different way and went ahead and signed it. And then you had a little small online war kind of brewing up. Gadget what up, man? You had like a small little online war kind of brewing up. You had the Team Pixel Knights, the guys that shielded up and raised the sword and, all for one and one for one, and went out there and went to the defense of Team Pixel. You had a lot of people that were weighing on sides, like calling out creators who come on and this is the brand new Google Pixel. It's beautiful. It's nice. It works good. It's got great cameras. Love this device. And then less than 24 hours later on social media, they're taking a photo and they're holding an iPhone in their hand as their daily driver device. And they're making other content saying that, like, look, like I get that, right? That's going to be frustrating for anybody who goes and watches a review on a Google Pixel phone and the creator is loving the Google Pixel phone that, you're like, oh my God, this person loves it. I'm probably going to go and order it. And then before you order it, you're on Instagram and they're on there talking about, this brand new case they got for their iPhone 15 or iPhone 15 Pro Max and, how it's great and it makes their daily driver device. And then you're like, wait a minute, your iPhone 15 Pro Max or daily driver? I thought you switched to Google Pixel, Like, I get people are calling out other creators for doing that. There are those people that think that they're super deserving to be on Team Pixel. There's those that, that think that other content creators deserve to be on Team Pixel and all this other stuff, right? Okay, so I'm gonna clear up a lot of these things, and I'm actually really heartbroken at just how badly that something like this can bring out, like just this whole debacle and this whole standoff between people and their opinions. And what's even far worse is finding out when, I guess they always, the saying is true, right? When the chips are down, people's true colors really kind of come out. And I was heartbroken to hear, especially from a particular person who made a lot of claims in their video. I get it. They were trying to prove a point, and they were trying to say, like people should get the full scope of things before taking to social media. Like, I get all that. But there were certain things that person said that I wouldn't have said, because it doesn't help the situation. It doesn't calm the situation down, and it actually would make it more worse. Okay, so let's just kind of go into the whole aspect things, right? So that we know that, Google is backpedaling now. We're not really backpedaling because it really wasn't Google. So I want to make this clear. It really wasn't Google that put this in there. Okay, I can't say with 100% that they didn't know that it was in there, and I can't say 100% that they did know that it was in there. I would like to think that anything that a Thousand Heads marketing PR campaign company does, Google is aware of, right? And it's like before they send out, these questionnaires to, get a creator's perspective on things, as well as an updated address to send them a Google Pixel to review. I would think that they would have this form run by, Google, and Google has to sign off and approve on it. Like, yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, send it out to Team Pixel. And, let us know, how many devices we have to send them, and we'll send it to them. I would think, right? But that's speculation, right? So I can't say that with ironclad, that is what it is, So we don't know if Google really knew or not. What we do know is that, according to this, and Chris Walsh is not the only one to get this or get a hold of this message, because a YouTuber who I have respect for and watches content, and have fun watching his content too, Mr. Mobile himself actually got an email response directly from Google. He went live on Instagram yesterday, and he went in and started to explain all this. Also, 24. Oh wait, let me open up this so people can see your guys' comments. Right? You guys had time. You guys had enough time to read that message from Kayla Gear. But yeah, also 24 hours after these Team Pixel members get and make the review, it's up on Twitter for sale. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But anyways, so yeah, we had a standoff yesterday, right? We had people that's like straight up just going to bat for Team Pixel, and some people that were like, I'm not doing this, Team Pixel, you're out of your mind. And I get why people would feel that way, why content creators, let me be specific, not people, but content creators would feel that way. When you sign something like that, especially if it leaks out to the, to the public, your credibility, your integrity is very, very well, questioned, right? Like I said yesterday, right? Like yesterday's live stream, pretty much about how I felt about the whole issue. Yes, I compared to when I was younger, Which I'm not saying is an excuse. Like, I don't care if people judge me in a certain way and like, oh, you were begging to be in Team Pixel. Like, so be it. If that's how you feel and see it, fine. You know what? Like, here's a cookie, and I'll print you up a certificate, for participation and hand it to you, and you can go about your merry day. Like people are different. I don't understand. Just because we see something a certain way doesn't mean it's the for all way to run your life, right? And I'm getting into the thing that kind of pissed me off yesterday, but so there are people who want to be a part of it. Hey, that's great. Obviously you have to be selected. Okay. So several things that, I thought were weird was like, one, as Kayla Gear's statement says, is that, the goal of Team Pixel is to get Pixel devices into the hands of content creators, not press and tech reviewers. So what defines a content creator that makes them so separate from tech reviewers? Because another person who decided to offer their opinion yesterday and went up to bat for Team Pixel and made it clear that they were OG Team Pixel, which I found it strange. Like, for someone to say it once, twice, or three times in their video to kind of let people know, like, they were part of Team Pixel on day one, that's one thing. But when you can consistently keep going on it, and then you label people a certain way, and you talk on like how they make their living. Like, some people use this and they use the ad revenue from AdSense plus the deals that they're able to broker with companies and partnerships and sponsorships that they get, that they use this for their livelihood. And to kind of say it in such a negative way, I think is irresponsible of a creator who's trying to lessen the drama and trying to extinguish the flames. You're not putting any type of cooling agent on the fire that's already burning. You're just adding gasoline to it. I get they feel a certain way, and there was a lot of flip-flopping in the whole statement. It was almost as if they were trying to say that the little additional part of the questionnaire from Team Pixel was fake fraud, but then at the same time they were like also authenticating it, but then they were also then saying that it wasn't real, then they were also saying that it was real. And it was like, you don't know if you didn't get sent the questionnaire, first of all, right? If you didn't get sent the questionnaire, then you can speak on it, you can assume, but don't say that it's fake if you don't have the valid proof to back it up, right? And you can't say that it's real if you don't have the valid proof to back it up, right? So let's just be clear about that. To label people something, I felt wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a good thing to do, and it's just going to make a lot of people, upset. It could even hurt some feelings. According, today in today's society, feelings are a lot more easy to hurt nowadays than it was when I was growing up. So, you have to be considerate of that. That just because maybe you were grown, raised with a strong mindset doesn't mean that everybody has a strong mindset. And so to go out there and to make a video to kind of just like, in a way, and in so many words, call other content creators on YouTube stupid, calling what was it, certain creators to being like arrogant or selfish or whatnot, but then yet yourself, you're talking about yourself, right? Like that's the one thing I always find just so weird. People love to kind of point the finger out and say like, oh yeah, like this person is so self-centered. All they do is they talk about themselves. They want to hype themselves up. But I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. And that's why you should trust me. And it's like, wait a minute, you're doing the same thing. Like what you accuse other people of, you're doing the exact same thing. So come on. Like it just does not make sense. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yesterday really kind of showed true colors of creators. Some of them who I felt, honestly, I know it's gonna be weird to say, and like I was in a position of someone that I kind of like looked up to them, right? Like they've gained further success than my channel has. So, I admired them, and I'm like, yeah, because I remember when I would see them and they were a small channel, and now they're a pretty large channel. I'm like, cool. Like, you're doing something. Like, I don't want to copy what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, whatever you're doing, like 10% of it, I would love to take and just kind of like, help boost my channel. And it's like, it's sad to see that those creators are, really that way. And it's like they point the finger out, but for every finger you point out, you get so many fingers pointing back at you. And that's something that I was just heartbroken to see. But you guys know how I am. Regardless of whether what someone says is good or bad, I do feel like the person has the grounds to say what they want to say. We don't have to agree with what they say, but we don't have to cancel them. And I think that whole cancel stuff is really ridiculous. Like, let someone say what they wanted to say and then just let that be the end of it. I believe Team Pixel wants to get Pixel devices and non-Pixel user content creators. They made it very clear that they're not looking for tech reviewers, right? They're not looking for tech reviewers. They're not looking for, those tech nerds and already kind of like Pixel fans. They're looking. They've pivoted to a whole different thing. So like, what they started as and what they are now are very two different things, and that's okay. That's fine. It's it's marketing. That's really what they're doing. They found a loophole that allows them to spend less money on an advertisement campaign for their Google Pixel phones. Yes, you do want a couple of tech reviewers in there, because obviously, people trust tech reviewers, their favorite ones, and you want those ones to have the phones so that way they can talk about them and how good they are. Okay, great. They also want them in the hands of people that's like photographers, people that's like, lifestyle people, people that go hiking or they travel the country. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if like, how 3 years ago we had that big group of content creators that were like showing you how they built out their vehicle to live in it, and they were vlogging every day about living in their car and how life was for them, and kind of showing everybody how they make life work for them since they're living in a car. And it wouldn't surprise me if Team Pixel reached out to some of those creators and put Google Pixels in their hands, like, hey, while you're living in your car, living your life and saving money and going to like different destinations and viewing the country and seeing things, why not use a Google Pixel and say, how good the photo capabilities are and all that other stuff, right? It wouldn't make sense for them to do that. It wouldn't make sense for Team Pixel to just have nothing but tech reviewers part of it, because you want variety in it, right? Like, you want to hear from your tech reviewers who know about these devices and whatnot. Like, you definitely want to hear from them. But you also want to hear from somebody that's not a techie, that is not a techie, is not a person that is about that. You definitely want to hear from them. You definitely want to hear their views, perspectives, and all that other stuff. So it would make sense that they would put various different people in the group. So I think that's what they meant by when they're saying that, like, the goal of Team Pixel is to get Pixel devices into the hands of content creators, not press and tech reviewers. And I think what they meant was not just press and tech reviewers, because there is two types of reviewers of Google Pixels, right? So everyone, to understand what's being said yesterday is that the top YouTubers are not in the same boat with Team Pixel from 1,000 Heads. They're not within that group. That they work directly with Google PR. So Google PR, because Google PR is really hard to get with, right? Google PR is really hard to get anything done with them, right? I've tried multiple times way back in the day. You reach out to via their email. You get a little questionnaire back that asks which devices are you interested in reviewing. You check the ones that you are really interested. And then there's a second column where you check that you're like, if you don't have this, then I'll take this to review. And you submit it, and then you wait to be heard back from. And sometimes you just get ghosted and you don't get heard back from. Of course, you got to put your YouTube channel and stuff like that so they can take a look at it. Makes sense. Really, really, really makes sense. But yeah. So like the top guys, like John Rettinger and them, I believe, work directly with Google PR, which is not a very big group of people that work with Google PR. But there is the rest of us that work with the Thousand Heads side of Team Pixel. Some people asked yesterday, like, if like, how do you tell the difference? Because they all hashtag Team Pixel, they all hashtag Gift by Google, because the FCC mandates if Google sends you a Google Pixel phone and you're going to review it, you're going to take, post a photo about it, something that, you have to let the public know that you didn't buy the phone, that the phone was given to you for free, it was given to you for press, or it was given to you for a review. So you have to disclose everything, right? This is why disclosure is such an important thing when it comes to it. You have to disclose information for people to understand, like, okay, this person's opinions could be influenced because they were given the phone for free, right? Like, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes. So the FTC regulates that. I'm sure those that, are still or were part of Team Pixel can vouch that you guys were given documentation when you first were brought on to Team Pixel that outlined why you had to put the hashtags Team Pixel, hashtags Gift by Google. You had to disclose that you got the phone for free, that you didn't pay for the phone, right? So there's a lot of things that were tossed out yesterday over this whole debacle that, a lot of people now have learned from. I don't know if the future for this Team Pixel thing is going to be the same or if it's going to be anything different. But one thing I can say is this, hashtag Gift from Google. Yeah. One thing I will say is this, like this is over. The drama of it to me is over, at least, right? And they changed their language. They took out that little part. So now are we really going to see a mass exodus? Some people are saying that all this is fake and this was just a ruse, to keep the momentum on Google Pixels, because, the next thing that's coming up is iPhone, right? Because that was the real core part of what upset a lot of content creators, was the part where it stated that you could not show preference to another device, or you would lose the relationship with Team Pixel at any given time. They also stated that, when you're doing a review on the Google Pixel 9s, that no other device was supposed to be featured, which had a lot of tech reviewers a little upset. And I think this is why they said that it's for content creators, not tech reviewers, because I think what they're trying to also say is that we want to put a Pixel 9 in a content creator's hands who's going to make an entire video about just how good the Pixel 9s are without bringing in competitive devices, like, comparing it to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, comparing it to the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, comparing it to the OnePlus 12, comparing it to the Moto Edge Plus 2024. Like, they don't want any other device in the video comparing to the Pixel 9. So you had a lot of tech reviewers that was like, that's their forte. Like, that's why people come to their channel to watch the videos, not only to hear their opinions about the latest phone that they've received that they're reviewing, but how does it compare to something of this caliber and that caliber and this model and last year's model? Like, they want, that's the whole point of what they do. So I think that's why they made it, like, in their verbiage from Kayla, that it's for content creators, not for tech reviewers, because they actually want people that get the Google Pixel phones to use it and to, share their experience to the world, right? You have content creators who are part of Team Pixel that really outlined that they've never seen anything like this before, because in previous years, they were never asked this. And yes, that's true. A lot of leaked documents have come since yesterday. Shane Craig shared his emails. He has gone forward and shared his email interactions with Team Pixel since he was brought on. He shared every email he's got. And, in there, he outlined and showed that they said, like, they want your opinions in your review to be your opinions. They don't care if, not they don't care, but, they want you to be honest about your review, whether it's good or bad. They want you to be honest about your review because they want the honest feedback, So when you have other creators who were getting in their feelings about people saying they weren't gonna, stay with Team Pixel, go out there and say, I've never been contracted. They've never sent me a contract like that. Like, yeah, you may have never been sent a contract like that, but it doesn't mean that they didn't send one out this year. And obviously, that little brand love clip that someone screenshotted and sent out there wasn't false. You had a lot of different creators confirm that it was real. Mr. Mobile confirmed that it was real. So now you're for those out there who are saying it was a sham, use your brain and think for yourself. I'm gonna say you probably feel stupid now knowing that it was real. This is why, like, you can make a video, and yes, you may not have 100% of the facts. So things that are not 100% of the facts, do what I do and just say it possibly, it could be, it might be, because then now you're really setting yourself up to let people know that, you're not 100% sure on it. And so what you're saying, they can take with a grain of salt or they can take as gospel up to them. But you're just saying that this is what's being said. This is what the understanding is. But, there's no facts on the table to say ironclad. I tend to do that so that way people understand, like, hey, so he doesn't have all the answers. So and this is why I always tell people to go in the comments and say what you really say. This is why I say, like, leave a comment, leave a question, or an emotional outburst. Some people don't like what I said and they want to yell at me for it. So by all means, be my guest. The tech space on YouTube is such a weird place. It really is. It's such a weird place that I am just like, what are we doing? Like, I know things don't go backwards in life. So we can't really get back to the days where, the tech stuff was really, 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 really fun. Okay. I mean, it's fun today. This is kind of why I only live stream with just a few people. There's a few people that I would bring on as a guest and I would live stream with them, but it's not like a massive, collaboration anymore. And most of the time I'm live streaming by myself. And I do that because I have fun with you guys. And so I stick to my own little corner, my own little space in the tech reviewer space, right? To clarify things, I'm not an influencer. I don't give a shit if someone says, oh, well, the way you present yourself, I call you an influencer. I'm not an influencer. Who the fuck do I influence on anything? Everybody makes their own decisions on my channel. No one has ever really, I have 12,000 something subscribers, right? Pretty small on the YouTube space. I don't have 12,000 comments that say, because of you, I bought this phone, and because of you. Maybe 1, 2, maybe 5 people, maybe 10 in total of my entire YouTube channel's lifespan have ever come forward and said, hey, you helped me with my decision making on what I purchased. So if 10 out of 12,000 people listened to what I had to say and ended up buying a device because of, my thoughts and opinions on it, I think that doesn't classify me as an influencer. So I don't influence shit. So let me just say that. Content creating is something that I enjoy doing. I like putting together videos and uploading it for people to watch, get some information from it, and also, just kind of, have a little joy out of it. I don't go all the way and do all the bells and whistles in my videos, but I do a little bit of something just to kind of, give it a little bit of a flair and flavor. That's about it. But I do enjoy going out there and recording B-roll footage. I do enjoy going out there in photography. As a matter of fact, I'm pushing my photography more on Instagram. I'm pushing it more on Twitter. YouTube is going to be where I just really go in on the tech stuff, do podcasts on the tech stuff, do videos on the tech stuff. Instagram and all that other stuff will still get content from me. However, those things will be more related towards my photography and smartphone photography and pretty much that. What up, Sneed? So interesting. Google explicitly said Team Pixel's not for tech reviewers. Some say they may stay on anyway, which seems confusing. Yeah, well, it's just because of this whole thing. I don't know if you guys seen it, so let me switch it into this. I'm gonna close out the chat on screen here so you guys can just read that. That came from Google. The Google Communications Manager, Kayla Greer, put that out. She put out that Team Pixel is a distinct program separate from our press and creator reviews programs. The goal of Team Pixel is to get Pixel devices into the hands of content creators, not press and tech reviewers. We missed the mark with this new language that appeared in the Team Pixel forum yesterday, and it has been removed. So they have removed that whole, you have to agree to use the Google Pixel over any other device, and that you have to that you can't show preference to another device, right? They removed that from the form. So I don't know how many Team Pixel people are going to get resent an email with that brand love segment of that of that document taken out and be sticking with Team Pixel, or is the damage done? I don't know, and I really don't care. I just wanted to let people know that that language has been since removed from that. So if you are Team Pixel, if you get another email from them, don't just dismiss it. Take a look at it, and if it aligns with what you want out of your channel, then you can agree to it and get sent a device. If you're still against them, hey, you're just gonna get the devices yourself. Get the devices yourself. So I mean, I wanted to share that. I also wanted to talk about. Well, I was talking about certain creators on YouTube that decided to just start going in. Some were coming to the defense of Team Pixel and pulled out their shield and sword to ride into battle against those that were turning on Team Pixel, and it was just a clusterfuck of stupidity, really. And then you had people that took on there to talk, to remind everybody, that they're this and they're that, and think for yourself and all this other stuff. And then we were just telling people what to do, and it was just like, wow, like you really are like that. But there was even creators that were throwing other creators under the bus, like talking about the time they met so-and-so and how they were, and would you guys really support them if you knew they were like this? And I was like, really? We're really resulting to that? Like, what the fuck happened to the tech space where now we're shooting slugs under the table? Like, come on. It's been quiet. It's simply your device, man. Dude, you're funny. It's been quiet lately. We need the drama. But hey, it brought the drama. It brought it. I mean, yeah, there were some creators that I was just so baffled by what they said that I was just like, I can't believe you guys said that. But at the same time too, not because that we need the drama in the tech space, but just because I will always feel like that people are allowed to say what they want to say. If no one silences me and allows me to speak my mind, I would never silence anybody for speaking their mind, regardless if what they say throws punches that I can actually feel or just stings that you can slightly feel. Like, I don't care, but they still have a right to say what they want to say. I would never go with that whole cancel culture thing and be like, remove that person's video because they're so offensive. I don't care. I don't care. Keep their video up, And then you got people that were starting the drama too. People that were hitting in DMs like, I think this person's talking about you, or I think they're referencing you. Like, I'm fucking nobody, man. Who the hell would reference me? And go and look, and they're probably not even referencing me at all. I'm pretty sure they weren't, because they probably don't even fucking know who I am. But it's like, but obviously, I fit the bill, right? So it was a lot of kicking in the face of people who were like running around wanting to be part of Team Pixel and being vocal about it on social media. If you were doing that, you were a shill, right? Like, how dare you publicly say that you really want to be a part of Team Pixel? You're a shill. Get the fuck out of here with that. And you had, them talking about like, you're not a real content creator. I'm a real content creator. You're not. And you have people that's talking about like, like, oh, you're out there begging for money. I don't do that. Okay, well, good the fuck for you. Everybody runs things differently. That's why I was just full of laughs and waited till this morning to really just kind of let things sit in my head and marinate for a while. Because let me tell you guys, when it comes to this barbecue, my marinations are good. They're delicious. So I let it sit for a while. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go and talk about it. First of all, clear up that Google has in fact stepped in. They have in fact stepped in. They have in fact, tried to rectify this and try to keep the relationships that they currently have with Team Pixel members, and in hopes that they don't walk away. You had several, former Team Pixel members that took to social media to show that they went ahead and bought the devices themselves. You had Mr. Mobile go live on Instagram and pretty much share his perspective on it, and also be the one to share this email snippet from Kayla, so that way people would know, and answered questions on the Instagram live. So Mr. Mobile talked about it. Shane Craig talked about it. A lot of people came forward. Steve Alicious talked about being removed from the Team Pixel program. Like, Team Pixel is one thing people got to understand. Those who still hope and dream of being a part of this group, you got to understand that when you make it into the group, you don't have a solid spot in there. You could be removed at any time without any communications at all whatsoever. It's the price you pay for being a part of this group. For those that were out there that were like, I've been a part of it since the very beginning and touting this badge of honor that they weren't booted out, eventually your time has come. The clock's ticking on you. One thing that you do could slip you out of it. Okay? Because we all change. No one carries the same idea forever. Nobody. I've said I would never touch an iPhone back in 2014. I was so adamant about Team Android. I was like, I don't see a reason for me to touch an iPhone. I would never buy one. Now look at me in 2023, 2022. What the fuck did I do? I bought a couple of iPhones. I mean, in my time, and I love I get to say this being an old geezer on here. I consider myself an old geezer. I know some people will be like, bro, you're not even that old. Okay, I get you, right? But tomorrow I'm turning 42 tomorrow, right? Turning 42 tomorrow, so I get to pull out my over the hill 40s badge, dropping on the table. Oh man, you know what? Over my time, I used to be afraid of getting older because you're getting closer and closer to passing away, but I'm actually welcoming it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun getting older because I get to do all these cool things that I think people do. And I know 40s is not really considered old, right? Like, if you're in your 50s, 60s, and everything like that, I get it. I'm not in the silver fox stage. I still got my, my brownish black hair. I am growing a lot of white hairs though, especially in my so badly flawed beard. You know what? There's a person that I admire, Gadget Beard. I wish I had a beard like him because I am half Asian, so I don't get to sprout thick facial hair. So I just have like this stuff that just it is what it is, man. But I am growing white hairs in it though, so I guess the plus side of it is if I had a very nice thick beard like Gadget Beard, you probably would see the white hairs a lot easier because you have a lot of hair. I don't. It's thin. It's a thin wannabe beard, so the white hairs are hidden. Let me get to some of these comments here real quick. Like, you shouldn't make deals to profit off Team Pixel before you even sign deal. Especially now, Google says it's not for reviewers. Yeah, it's not for tech reviewers, I guess. They said tech reviewers, not just reviewers, tech reviewers. If you review cameras, they definitely want you to have this phone because they want you to, compare it against the camera because camera's not, like a mirrorless camera is not a competition to them, sort of. Well, it seems to me, the rebirth of Samsung Knights, yeah, but in a very, very weird way. Happy birthday, dude. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yes, for sure, bro, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird concept, and it's really sad, especially if you have to put down other people because they think differently from you or they do things differently from you. Like, you may not agree with how other creators do things. You may not like the way that other creators do things, but it is their fucking right as a creator to do things their way. There is not one clear way that we have to be doing things. I would totally drop YouTube and everything if people had demanded and forced and said you had to make content this way. I remember when people were giving me shit in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. They're like, yo, your videos are not like this. Your videos have to be like this. Why do you shoot videos with your smartphone? The quality is crap and the audio is abysmal. And it's like, but I wanted to show people that you can create content with mobile phones. And of course, yeah, you look at videos from way back in the day and you're like, oh my God, man, that video is bad, especially to today's standards. And I'm like, but you could still make content. That was like one of my biggest marketing points of my channel was you can make content with phones. I was recording videos with the LG G Stylo and got appraisals like, bro, your video's clean. Yeah, I'm not using a digital camera. I'm using the LG Stylo. It's little, what did it have? It had like a freaking 32 megapixel camera or 16 megapixel camera. Regardless, I was using that. I was using the Samsung Galaxy J7 2015. I still use phones today, believe it or not. A lot of the videos that I record, they're from my Pixel phones. My Pixel 6, the 6A. I even use the iPhone 12 sometimes to record video. Simply your device. That, we're relating now. We're relating. You got a 60-year-old body. You're stuck in your 30-somethings. I'm going to be 42 years old tomorrow, and I'm still stuck in the mindset of, 20s with the wisdom of somebody in their 40s. You know what that is for us? What that is for us, simply your device, it means that we are handicapped by natural immaturity. We should celebrate. You're like right at the cusp of millennial and Gen X. Basically right at the cutoff point. Yeah, I know, right? But a lot of people that I grew up with, in that, the whole Gen X phase, right? So I'm I'm considered millennial, but because of my year, born 1982. But being around a lot of Gen Xers, I pull more to the Gen Xers. I'm not sensitive about things. Don't give a shit what people label me as. I just live my life. But yeah, you definitely don't want to go in on me like directly to me, because I'll go in. I'm the type of person, and so for those people who DM'd me, and you guys know I protect you guys because I don't want to give you guys drama. But for those who DM'd me saying so and so might have been talking about you, whatever, look, I ain't worried about it, because if the person decides that they want to come on my podcast, confront me, and tell me what I am, I'll happily invite them on here so they can tell me that I'm crap, my channel sucks, I'm fat, my face is ugly. I don't care what they say. But know this, when you come at me and you come at me in that manner, just know I'm going to hold a fucking mirror up and show you who you are. And trust me, I'm good at picking apart people really, really, really fucking fast. I did not get into so many fights in high school and in middle school because I didn't know how to fucking push people's buttons. I know how. I don't go out there and pride myself in being a troll, but I can be a troll and I can troll with the best of them. I'm just saying. So anyone wants to do that, they can. They're more than welcome to. But all I can say about the whole Team Pixel debacle is that, it's shown me a lot about people that I formerly used to subscribe to. So if I'm still subscribed to you, if you're a creator and you see that I'm still subscribed to you, you're good. If I'm no longer subscribed to you, well, that's because, I see what you're really all about. I think that's one of my best qualities in life growing up. Since the age of 11 years old, gathering street smarts and being able to read people and being able to read in between people's lines to know when they're being, genuine or fake. You graduated high school? Yeah, so if you graduated in 82, then I was born, 2 to 3 months after you graduated. Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday. I'm not really doing anything, Not really doing anything for my birthday because I really don't celebrate my birthdays like that. I may go out to dinner. Yeah. I don't know, what my kids have planned. Wink, wink. I know they're gonna do a little something. But to me, my, birthdays is just another day, kind of, right? I appreciate that I made it to 42 years old. A new year, new things, new experiences, and definitely, more life-changing stuff is going to happen for me. As a birthday gift to myself, I decided to say, fuck it. focus all my tech stuff here on YouTube, videos, shorts, live streams, only to YouTube, only to YouTube. And on my Instagram and on my former Twitter known as X now, like I'm really going to push photography and vlogging. If I go to a place and I think it's pretty cool, I'm going to vlog it and stuff like that. I'm going to keep it separated from YouTube and just leave the tech to YouTube. So if I post anything really, really, really deep core about tech, it's going to be in the community posts on YouTube. Videos and live streams, everything's going to operate the same way. Everything's going to operate the same way. And that's about it. Right now, you're daily driving your OnePlus 10T. Nice, nice. DoorDash using your Pixel 7. I can't use doing Amazon Flex here. I can't use any of my Pixels for Amazon Flex, and the reason why is because they have that heat protection that kicks on, and right now we're still reaching 112 degrees, 110, and we're still in an excessive heat warning. So, phones heat up pretty fast. Yesterday it was funny because B-Tech and Gene was watching my Instagram live stream after I dropped my daughters off to school. It was 8:30 in the morning, and I was only live on Instagram for 10 minutes, dropped my daughters off to school, and because of the heat, the phone overheated and shut down the live stream and was just like, boom. So no one got to see the replay of the live stream on Instagram, which is fine, because anything that I was going to say on that live stream on Instagram, I said it yesterday on the live stream talking about the Team Pixel thing. So, yeah. That's how hot it is here. It gets hot pretty fast. That's why if you haven't noticed, if you look at my YouTube channel and the live streams and videos, right? More live streams are done from my PC throughout the hot months, which is from, April all the way until the end of November. Sometimes it gets cold at the end of October if we're lucky, but you guys will notice I mostly live stream from my mobile device when I'm driving during the cold months because the phones will last. They won't overheat and shut down. Yeah. But yeah. Just a quick thing here real quick. Adam's still hanging out with you guys. The upper left corner's got a QR code. So if anyone wants to send anything, for my birthday, send it that way. So that way YouTube doesn't take any part of it, because I know with super chats, when people send super chats, YouTube takes a percentage. So if you don't want YouTube getting any of it, want it all strictly to go to me, that QR code that's for donos on the top left corner, you can do it that way. If you want something for your money, I'd say copy a shirt. I mean, I'm not the best t-shirt designer, graphic designer. Obviously you can see I was like clip arting this all together, but I think the shirt came out pretty cool, And so if you want to cop one for yourself, whether it's a t-shirt, long sleeve, or hoodie, you can grab you one. Scan that QR code with an additional device that, you have laying around. On YouTube, you can actually see it, my store, and you can go on the store and order the shirts there yourself. But grab your shirt. You'd be doing me a solid. And then, if you want something else, like you want a month free of phone service from Helium Mobile, then in the description and right here on the QR codes, use that. Use my promo code, get you your first month for free. You get to try out Helium Mobile. It's got some cool stuff, cool benefits to it. So yes, pretty awesome. What the hell? Nightbot. That's interesting. And can you guys tell me in the chat, is Nightbot really working? I have never seen Nightbot come on. I have set it up years ago, and I've never seen it come on till now. That's funny. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Get a OnePlus 12. It doesn't overheat in the outside. I would. I don't know about that. That's probably a good idea. Maybe one day I'll get a OnePlus 12 to really put that to the test. Can it survive live streaming outside an excessive heat warning when it reaches 116 degrees outside? That would really put it to its paces. Does putting the phone in front of the AC vent help the overheating issue? Come on in, son. You trying to get your phone? I don't know. You guys got to message your mom and ask if she gave permission. Your phone's charged up. It's on my desk. That's my son that came in here right now. But anyways, it could cool it down, yes. But then, if I was a live stream, saying putting the Pixel in front of the AC vent, you guys would hear more of like this. It would sound like this. I'll do a replica of it. It would sound like because the AC would overshadow my voice. So I don't want to blow out your guys' earbuds. You're in South Texas? Nice. Yeah. But anyways, I mean, hey, if you tested it in South Texas, I know South Texas could get pretty hot. And so if it survives, hey, that's great. It could be like a vlogging cam or a phone to go live with. It won't replace my pixels. I really, really like pixels. I'm not doing it for clout. Let me just make it to that one jackass that said that. I'm not doing it for Team Pixel. You give a fuck about being on Team Pixel. Yeah. You can't. She's working. Just message her and she'll respond back. She will respond when she has time. She's still working. The reason why my kids are so adamant is because their tia or their aunt invited them to go to her apartment complex. They have a pool, and she was going to take them swimming. I'm okay with it, but they got to have permission from their mom to go. And if they have permission to go, I don't know what time their tia is going to come and get them. So all that, But yeah, now we got a little bit more time to just kind of like, shoot the shit, kick the bucket. You guys can talk about whatever you guys want. You guys can talk about Google Pixel 9s and what you think about them so far. Most of the reviews aren't out yet because they're still under embargo. Like, this whole shit with the Team Pixel thing really pulled the curtains back. It peeled back really fast how all this stuff goes. So now it's no secret as to how the Team Pixel thing goes. And yeah, been saying this for a while. Tio's part of the real Team Pixel. I'm just a real Pixel fanboy. Let's just put it that way. I'm just a real Pixel fanboy. And I'll continue to buy my devices because, other persons that's like, you just want to get into it to get a free phone. Like, okay, yeah, well, I've been buying them every year. I posted on social media the other day, people were talking about the Pixels right before the Made by Google event. And they were like, they were just putting a list of all the Pixels they've ever owned. So I decided to share mine on Threads. And I put down, how many Pixels I own and still have. And one person was just like baffled by it because I do have a Pixel, the OG Pixel, the smaller one. I have a Pixel XL, a Pixel 2, a Pixel 2 XL, a regular Pixel 3. I never got the XL model, a 3A, a 4 and a 4 XL, and a 4A. No 4A 5G, but I got a 5 and a 5A, a 6 and a 6A, a 7 and a 7A, and now the 8A. Plus a Google Pixel Book and a Google Pixel Book Go, a Pixel Watch Gen 1, a Google Home Smart Speaker, Pixel Buds A, Pixel Buds 2, wired Pixel Buds, and the ones that came with the Pixel 3's Type-C connector, plugs in, has that weird adjustable loop to brace inside your ear. Yeah. So people were just like, yeah, you pretty much almost got it. And all those devices were paid out of pocket. Simple as that. So, yeah, I'm just a real Pixel fan. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, was I shilling for Team Pixel? Sure, I guess you could say that. I really wanted to be a part of them. But I've always said my reasonings why. And I guess I was wrong, and I'm glad that I didn't get invited because then I would have probably been heartbroken too that I didn't get invited. I always thought that we really kind of gave them feedback. Like we really had our hands in there to saying like, okay, you know what? fans aren't liking the way that the battery dies so quickly, so we need bigger battery. You know, like I thought we were going to be part of a collective group that sits down like once a month and shares ideas to put towards the next Google Pixel coming. I was totally wrong about that. Probably stupid of me and naive to think that it was like that. But I thought it was like that. That was my reasons to be on it. Getting a free phone was like the last part of it. It was like an icing on the cake. It wasn't the whole damn cake. So let's just be clear about that. If people want to just be like you were shilling out for them for a free phone, no, shilling out. So I thought that I could be a part of a group that makes a difference in a product that I really, really, really like. And it's not even that. Like they get some, you know, backstage stuff. You know, after Made by Google events, they got to go on a live stream, and you know that was just private for just Team Pixel members. They got to share their thoughts on it. You know, they get sent stuff for their birthday. They get swag here and there sent to them. Like, you know, okay, that's cool stuff. Yeah, I get that. You know, my reasoning was to be a part of something because I wanted to help make a product that I really, really like become better and better and better. You know what I mean? So, kind of glad. I'm glad, kind of glad, and glad that I did not get invited. Okay. What does that mean if you get invited right now? I would leave it up to you guys. If I got sent an email from them that was like, hey, you know, we want to invite you in. Here's a document, fill it out. You must agree to these things before we send you out a device. I would literally run it by all you guys, see what you guys think. You know what I mean? Because the one thing that I will not ever sell from my YouTube channel is the integrity. I'm not 100% accurate on everything that is said on my channel. Sometimes I say things and then it turns out I'm wrong. But I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I'm never afraid to let people educate me. Like just because, you know, I'm live or I'm posting a video, I'm a content creator, doesn't mean that my words and my thoughts are absolute and that you guys don't know as much as me. No, I would never ever think that way, be that way, or operate that way. I'm okay with being proven wrong on something, and I'm okay with being taught something. You're never too old to learn. And, you know, I never take offense to learning something new. I always like learning something new. You know, I don't know a whole lot about the telco or telecom to that degree, right? But it was, you know, it was guys like Sneed and Carlos them that inspired me to, you know, read about it and continue to read about it to try to understand so that when they do live streams or when they do speed tests and stuff like that, like I'm able to actually really understand what they're talking about. When they're talking about the 5G network, when they're talking about the NR bands, when they're talking about network slicing. And I already knew what aggregation was. Oh, my. Hello. Live streaming? What are you doing? The kids want to know if you're going to let them go to your sister's to go swim. All right. I guess you want to let your sister know that she can come for them. Or what she needs to let them know what time she's coming for them so that way they can be ready. At 1? Oh, okay. Anyways, most of the stuff on the live stream is pretty much done. We're just hanging out and chit-chatting. So if you want me to put you on speakerphone, you can say hi to everybody. Because I have you on speaker now. You can say hi to everybody on the podcast.
Who's on the podcast?
We have Simply Your Device, eSIM Studios, Brian Lau. I think B-Tech was in here. Paul Tech was in here. I don't know if he's still in here. Michael's in here. And then you got, who else? Gadget Beard is in here, was in here, or still is in here. I don't know. Yeah, right now I'm just, you know, shooting the shit. I've been on live for about an hour, so.
Sure, well, I'd like to get back to it.
I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's been an hour. I'm going to let these guys get back to their weekend. Their weekend's very important. So, hold on, let me close this out real quick. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go and continue my conversation with my lovely wife. Thank you guys for being here on the podcast, listening to what I have to say. If you came in halfway through, catch the replay so you guys can see what's up, what I talked about in the beginning. Like I said, you guys want to get 1 month free on Helium Mobile, use my promo code. It's also in the description. Get your first month free to try them out. And also, copy you guys one of my really awesome, cool clip art shirts. You guys can get them at Nerd Limited. We've got t-shirts, long sleeves, and hoodies. Grab yours today. you know, obviously you'd be helping me out too as well by doing that. And if you guys want to send me something for my birthday, the dono QR code at the top is where to do it, so I get it and YouTube doesn't take it. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Appreciate it. And as always, aloha.